Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another episode of our show, WrestleMania 39, Night 1, results analysis, everything. Paul, we're excited because it was a great WrestleMania. We haven't felt this way in what, 4 years? But
Yeah,
we're excited to talk about all this great show. So, welcome and join us. We're live on all of our social media outlets. So, Paul, your thoughts about this WrestleMania?
yeah, we're live, pal. WrestleMania
You're on
39.
your
Here
own,
it
pal.
is. Yeah, exactly. This was great. Last year's WrestleMania, that was pretty good too. But like I said, in all of our previous videos, NXT Stand and Deliver and Friday Night SmackDown review and WrestleMania previews, check them out if you didn't. But if you didn't already, check them out. What the heck are you doing? Clearly, you're not subscribed to the #1 podcast
Join
in the
them.
YouTube wrestling community
Yeah, join.
right here,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
original Rope Break. But we said it, this WrestleMania, it feels so like excited. You feel that you want to see these matches. Not, there might be a stinker here or there, but every match you're invested in at least a little bit or the whole thing. And,
Yes.
night one, I think, showed us that, not just from how I felt at home, I'm sure how you felt and everybody else, but the people there in the arena. I mean, hell, we even said Michael Cole and Corey Graves, the way that, we never saw like
Everybody
that
was
kind of,
excited.
everybody saw, man, this was great. And I'm even more excited for night two.
And I hope that all of you are excited. So, don't forget, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, comment, let us know what you guys felt about this WrestleMania that opened up with John Cena, Austin Theory. This, at least I gotta tell that John, he does a great job. And also, he's there for every WrestleMania. He needs when WWE needs him. He's there. That's what I will say. And we both said yesterday, he's gonna put over Austin Theory, which he did. And he does the right thing. Old school mentality. I love it. The match wasn't that great. I don't know what you felt, but hey, John Cena is also gonna take care of himself. He has a lot of movies to do. He has other endeavors. But at least he gave us enough of a showing for people can pop. Five knuckle shuffle and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, this was great. And because of how it was booked and everything. But the one thing I want to say first off, man, if there's angels living here on earth, John Cena is one of them. Everything he does for those kids, make a wish, everything, man, you can't take nothing away from that guy. If you have anything bad to say about him, you're a piece of shit human being, because nobody has a heart as big as John Cena. But this match, it went old school. It was, let's do a lockup. Oh, now I take advantage of this and that. Then they started going. And they popped Biggs for his moves. I forget what Theory tried, but he ended up, Cena had him in a fireman's carry, and the whole place blew up because they thought, hey, here it comes. But no, Theory fought out. And, when he went for the five knuckle shuffle, Cena put his hand up. You had 80,000 people all with their hands raised in the air to do the five knuckle shuffle. They were into it. But, eventually, Cena, he kind of, again, has him picked up. And Theory hits the ref by accident. Cena gets him in the STF or STFU. And he has it in there. And Theory taps out. But no. There's no ref there. Cena thinks he won. What the heck's going on? Boom, low blow. Then the ref wakes up, A-Town down, 1, 2, 3. And I like this because Theory went over. And also it sets up for the rematch. It leaves that door open. It's not because if John Cena won, you would think, oh, well, clearly he's not going to hold the title forever, but at least you can do something here. Cena could come out and say, hey, you cheated. Blah, blah, blah. I had the win. You could keep building this if Cena wants to do something. And if not, he put the guy over, which was the right move. So this was good.
I liked it. Like you said. Also, the big thing is Austin Theory had his best win, his most important win. Now, guy can just go up and be main eventer. And that's what Cena was supposed to do. This was the main plan all along. And you see Triple H, he knew what he had to do when he took away the Money in the Bank. There you go. So that was really cool and a great start for WrestleMania. I did enjoy that. And Paul, the stinker was this match. There's always a big match and then this one in the middle that, hey, you want to go to the bathroom, get your break, get something to eat. What do you think about this? Because this, for me, I didn't pay too much attention, to be honest.
I texted you, and I said in the Mania previews, I said, this match here, I'm like, this is the bathroom break, this and that. Well, I didn't have to go to the bathroom, so I'm like, okay, let's watch this thing.
Let's watch it for what it is.
And And I mean, it was just boom, 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 big spot, big spot. Yeah, Titus O'Neil out there, and he's selling it like crazy. He's loving everything you see. He's like, man, why is Otis so sweaty? The match didn't even start yet. And Corey Graves and Michael Cole are laughing their ass off. They're like, we don't know. And he's like, damn, he could save money on baby oil with all that sweat. I mean, so you got a little bit of comedy from Titus, and he's great. Let's see more of him on camera. But I mean, it was just big spot, big spot, big spot. And it was fast. It wasn't like a spot fest like a Young Bucks match, which goes 35 minutes of spots. I don't even think this was 10 minutes. Boom, 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 all over the place. Guys hitting big moves. At the end of this thing, Strowman and Ricochet, man, they were in charge. You know, Ricochet with that insane springboard moonsault. He's literally Spider-Man. Like, the shit that he does is insane. Strowman was running around, going to go do his choo-choo. Angelo Dawkins said, hey, Juan, you want to talk shit on me? You want to say I ain't nothing, Juan? Here, I'll show you. And he clocked Braun Strowman. He took him out. And then that set up. Then Ricochet, he went to go do another moonsault or something. But Angelo got the knees up. He held him there while Montez Ford came down from the heavens with the big splash. 1, 2, 3. And the Street Profits get the win. And this is good because, you know, we said a lot of these tag teams, and, you know, even though one of them we love in the main event, you know, a lot of these tag teams are just two singles competitors put together. At least the Street Profits are a tag team. You know, they started as a tag team. They've always been a tag team, and that's what I like. They dress the same. They look the same. They work well together and everything like that. So I was fine that they got the win here. But this was a match I liked more than I thought it would because it was fun and it was quick. They didn't go.
It was quick. That's the one thing. Like you said, like, I mean, the show was super long, like any other WrestleMania. We know that. Like, they always gonna add whatever crap they need to add. So this was actually really, really quick, which I really like because that set up the thing for like the next match that we're gonna talk about: Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. This was like, you love this match. I think it was like a pretty, really great match. And the one thing that I love even most, it was the entrance from Rollins. You know, with like the orchestra and all of that. You know, they made it feel like, you know, like WrestleMania, like a big night, like the best night in pro wrestling. I like that. And the match itself was really good. But in this case, I think I said Logan Paul was going to win. Hey, you beat me because you said Seth Rollins, I think, Paul. He wins.
Yeah, you know, Seth had to win, man. He was the baby. First off, every one of these matches, the video packages, nobody does them better than WWE. Nobody. Yep. Man, they get you. They have the music. They
get you hype.
They know what clip to show. They know what to. You literally feel the goosebumps watching this stuff. And I mean, Rollins, he came out. You know, look at him. You gotta love the Elton John, the flamboyant, all the shit he wears. You know, Logan Paul, he came down on the zip line. You know, hey, look at me. You know, the cocky heel, everything. Shawn Michaels kind of vibes with the zip line and everything. But this was good. We said Logan Paul can go, so this was no surprise that this match was good. I would have went out on a limb that said if you're just looking for match quality, you know, move, everything like that, this would probably be one of the best ones of the night, if not all of WrestleMania. Yeah. And this you could make an argument that this was the best match of the night. I mean, it was great. And you had Logan Paul. He came out with his Prime mascot, and you're like, who the heck is this? A bunch of people said maybe it's going to be Jake Paul, and then Jake might knock out Rollins, and that's how Rollins gets the win. Then we see it's KSI, who is his partner, and he's another YouTube personality and everything. So he was out there. When I saw it was him, I thought, okay, well, he's going to be a joke. So he's going to be some kind of flunky. They get Rollins up on the table. Logan goes for the frog splash. Rollins pulls him there and ducks out of the way. So KSI gets splashed through there. Rollins rolls it back in. He hits the pedigree. 1, 2, kicked out. And the place went crazy. I mean, again, they're into every single thing that's going on. And that's what makes, again, this feel so special. But like eventually Rollins, you know, he gets punched with that, what they say is a screw in his hand or something, Logan Paul. So you think he's getting knocked out. Yes. He makes the cover. 1, 2, Rollins kicks out again. I mean, you know, because they sold that punch. For the past 3-4 weeks, Rollins gets punched just like he got hit with a bullet, like he was shot dead. So, you know, he sold the punch. So when he kicks out here, it made it feel something special. You know, Rollins eventually gets him set up. Boom, the big stomp. I think he hit it. Well, actually, the setup, he goes for the coast to coast, and you think, okay, you know, he's going to hit that like he did at the Royal Rumble. Boom, super kick. And then that set up the stomp. 1, 2, 3, Rollins wins. Man, this was a great match. And like I said,
this is like the first time that Seth Rollins wins in a WrestleMania match in like 3 years. So that was like, at least they gave him back a win. So good job for Rollins. He's good at like even losing. That's fine, but like he always delivers. Like he always has great matches. So there you go. That was actually a great match. And also like, see, Logan Paul, if that's his last match in WWE, it definitely a good day for everybody. The guy can go. He trains. He might be a YouTuber, whatever, but he might not have that pro wrestling background. But the guy knows what he's doing in the ring. So let's go to the next one, Paul. You said that you didn't like this too much, a little too long. And again, the reasoning behind it, I would much rather Damage Control to get the win, because here baby faces get the win. I don't care for it too much. Io, Dakota, and Bayley needed to win this. They needed it more rather than two Hall of Famers and Becky Lynch, Paul.
Yeah, and I want to get your opinion. Which of the two, the Hall of Famers? Now I'm talking wrestling skill wise, okay? So when I phrase this, you might say something different. Who do you think looks better, Trish or Lita?
Lita.
See,
for me, I will say Lita.
I see a lot of people online saying Lita just looks like the moves are off timed, and she just doesn't. They almost think like, not that she's like sluggish in there or something, but it's just, and with her move set, she don't have the time in doing the lead assault and all this stuff. I mean, I like seeing both these women in there, but I see some criticism online and stuff. Trish surprised me with how good Trish still is. I mean, Trish was never like a Charlotte Flair, but she
was always decent enough.
But she can still do, like we say about Dustin Rhodes. She knows what she can do, and she can do it all and still pretty good. Well. Like I pop for the chick kick, and I'd set up into the, lead assault and everything. And then, but I mean, this was tough because they weren't portraying Damage Control good at all. And then you hear, the rumors
they just keep losing. That's the problem.
And you hear the rumors that the next feud's going to be Ronda and Shayna. So, okay, well then Damage Control, we got to, put this in the dirt so we beat them. But that doesn't do, the Hall of Famers are already made. Becky Lynch is already a star. Becky Lynch could lose her next 5 matches and she's still a star. But the other ones aren't really stars yet. So, but this to me,
for example, Bayley taking the pin. What do you think of that?
I mean, I guess it saves
like nobody really cares for her.
I guess it saves the other two. Maybe they think Bayley is like, again, she's in maybe the Becky Lynch category where if she eats the pin, it's okay. But I mean, I really don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing a singles match between some of these, like Trish versus Bayley or Lita versus Bayley,
and I think that's what they're gonna try to do, like Lita against Bayley. They're gonna try to like split them up, but I feel that they're first. What do they need to do? They need to drop those belts to Ronda and Shayna Baszler.
And I'm not talking about. I was just gonna say, and I'm not talking about a 5-minute match on Monday Night Raw either. When I say I want to see them wrestle, I'm talking like you build it up, make it something special, make it mean something. But we got to wait and see. I don't know how you felt, and I'm not counting what we're going to talk about later on with Pat McAfee. Surprise, surprise. But this, to me, I would say was probably the worst match of night one. And it wasn't awful. It wasn't like atrocious, but with everything else being so good,
it was okay.
This is probably the worst one
because the titles were not even involved. There was just it's just two Hall of Famers going against like people that are full timers. And to me, actually, Lita moves decent. Lita is actually on point for me, for what I can see. And out of Trish and Lita has wrestled more matches than Trish. So, difference on opinion right there. But, let's talk about this one. This one was my favorite match just because of the whole rivalry, the story behind it, a whole long year of like Dominic and Ray. And, Dominic coming out like with the policeman, all of that, like when he throws the water at Aaliyah. All of really great stuff, and Mysterio in the end, even Bad Bunny help out. That to me, so why is he even like part of that? But Paul, your thoughts are here.
No, I mean, I loved everything about this. I know you don't like his music, but I mean, hey, Bad Bunny wasn't the only one who got involved. So if you're gonna shit on him, you got to shit on everybody else. I didn't mind that spot.
On Lion, and I'm not gonna shit that much. No.
Yeah, exactly. Fine. I didn't mind that spot. But. This was a good match. Like you said, the emotion was there. Ray, coming out, and he paid the tribute to Eddie, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too long. Then they played his music, everything. But Dominic's was cool. The thing that really got me like the chills, I shouldn't even say chills, like the goosebumps, like you get excited to see it, was again the video package. They show him, here's my son, and he's, when he's like 2003 or something, or 5, 6, whatever it was.
5 is when they had that match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, you see all this stuff, and I mean, it's just great stuff. You see all through the years, and you see, when him and Ray showed up at the holidays and all this stuff, and it takes you on that ride because you maybe forgot about a segment or two. Maybe you forgot that they did this or that they did. When Ray had the cast on his leg and they busted the broom over his leg, I forgot about that. I was like, shit, man, they really, were kicking his ass. So, I mean, again, they do such a good job getting you caught up and you really hyped up for this. But the match was great. Dom, he knows how to heel. The people boo him.
He actually he did a really great job with that. Getting that heel heat, it was really good.
And then when Ray takes over, and then you see, okay, here come Damian Priest, here come Finn Balor. You think this is kind of bullshit a couple times. Priest, he would he'd knock Ray off the top or something, and then he put his jacket there, and you think, well, what the hell is this jacket? And then eventually Legado, they come down and they take out Balor, they take out Priest, so that kind of negates all them. Dominic gets this chain that was left in that jacket, and then like you said, Bad Bunny gets involved. He rips the chain away, like, no, you ain't doing that. So, I mean, I thought that was cool. That set up the 619. Boom, he hit that. And Dominic earlier hit the 619 and the splash, and Ray kicked out. And there was a big pop from that because I think people thought, okay, if Dom's going to win, this is probably the spot he's going to win. No, he kicked out. So the people went crazy. And then, Ray hits it 1, 2, 3. And there was some people like, oh, I heard criticisms from some people, mostly older people that have children of their own. So I guess it's different. But they said, oh, I don't want to see this match. I don't want to see a father beat up his son, blah, blah.
Who cares?
This was great. If you had any complaints, I think after seeing this, you won't. And if you do, don't watch Road Break.
Well, you are a shitty parent if you cannot differentiate this from real life.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, this was so good. The story was good. Ray brings his family in the ring. They're hugging, they embrace. You see Dominic with his family. They're up at the ramp, Priest and Balor.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They're staring on. And you saw Dominic's face. I don't want to say he looked like, oh, I'm a baby face now, and I'm good, but he kind of was like looking on, and you saw how the Mysterios were just so happy, and he's kind of just like watching this, and maybe there's going to be some contemplation like in his head, like, was it really the right move and everything else?
Well,
because
what I think is going to happen, because Bad Bunny cost him like kind of like the match. So what is going to happen at Backlash? It's going to be from Puerto Rico, and Bad Bunny is going to be the host. So right there, you have easy the first steps to create a match. Right there's the story for you, and also like you said, Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon from WrestleMania 17 was even worse of a match, father and son, and on that one, Shane beat Vince. There you go. What do you want me to say? This was great. This was a great story.
This was good. Yeah, this was good. So
your quick thoughts, Paul, like Rey Mysterio, the speech for the Hall of Fame induction, great lines. My wife supported me, sent me money, and he said, if she loves you, she's going to wait for you, and now she's my wife. Thanking all like the Spanish community, all of that stuff. Rey Mysterio, what bad can you say?
Oh yeah, and I mean, Conan had a great introduction, one of the best introductions probably of all time for the Hall of Fame, because he didn't. The only thing Conan put himself over was saying I was the one who helped discover and promote Rey Mysterio, but all these other, when the people do the introductions, they put themselves over 90% of it, and then only 10% they put the actual person who's going in the Hall of Fame over. But Conan, I mean, everything he said about Rey Mysterio was true. He was the person that made Lucha Libre popular in America. When you see a luchador with a mask, you don't think of El Santo, you don't think anybody else, you think of Rey Mysterio.
Oh, Rey Mysterio.
And everything he's done for all Latino wrestlers and all luchadors. Like you said, luchadors are in every single promotion, not just in AAA, CMLL, and all them, and WWE, every promotion. Because of Rey
Mysterio. And what did Rey said? Without psychosis, there will not be Rey Mysterio.
And I love the line that Rey said. He goes, in our house, we say, we thank God first and Conan second.
Yeah.
He's like, because if it wasn't for Conan.
Like a humble guy. Rey's legit. Rey's badass. And the fact that he was able to celebrate his induction with his own son in this story, because people, that was not real. For the ones that are like, not being able to
that's
see
that's what I was gonna say as well. Like the one thing, as I'm watching this match, I go, man, I can't wait for hopefully they don't release it like next year. Wait maybe 5 years or so, or maybe when Rey actually retires, when he turns 50, like he said, that's when he wants to retire. you got to release the backstage documentary on this thing, because you want to see after the match. You want to see him and Dom hug, and it's like,
yeah, you want to see them like, you know, like the post match things. Yeah, absolutely. You know, like this, they have to like be either tag team champions one more time, reunite when the Judgment Day splits, and then you know, finally Mijo, come here, all legit, let's be tag champs again. This was just great, you know, and we go from great to like even greater, and that's, you know, Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. You know, a lot of people love Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, the main event of like 2021. This surpasses that by far. The intensity, the physicality, and also like the drama right there. And a Michael Cole and a Corey Graves so involved into the match that every single pin and like, oh my God, she kicked out. Oh my God, the riptide. This was great. And I mean, Charlotte does the job. She puts over Rhea Ripley. Now we have another huge star now.
Yeah, this was the one thing you said. You know, the main event, they beat the hell out of each other, or all four guys beat the hell out of each other in the main event. But man, these women said, hey, we're just as tough as you are. I mean, the forearms, the big boots, everything. I mean, you know, that you heard it. You heard the skin on skin, the bone on, you know, everything. Man, they beat each other up. The suplexes. Rhea was suplexing Charlotte on her face, not on her back. She would flip her over and it wouldn't be like, oh, let me catch myself. Charlotte was catching herself with her face. She ripped her nose open, you know, from the brush burns on the mat, because she didn't catch herself with her hand. She made it look legit. She sold Rhea good. Rhea
and that's
sold
why she
her.
was busted open in the nose, right? You saw that.
Yeah. Yep. They even said it on commentary, you know, because she's taking all those freaking slams to the head, you know, from these suplexes. I mean, this was good. You know, Charlotte, she hits natural selection, you know, goes for the spear and everything. The spear spot was good when, you know, Rhea almost knocked out
that was like a good counter.
And then she hit the spear. That was good. I loved earlier in the match too. Rhea sets her up for the riptide. You think, oh my God, this is it. Charlotte counters it into a DDT, and Rhea, I mean, the way she flipped, and she was literally straight up and down like Shawn Michaels, like right on her head. I mean, it was awesome stuff. And, you know, Charlotte, she gets the figure 8 on her, and you think, okay, or the figure 4, and she goes to bridge up, but Rhea's right there at the ropes, and Charlotte, she can't believe it. Like, what the hell's going on? And eventually sets this thing up. You get the big avalanche riptide.
Riptide, yep.
No, 1, 2, 3. New champion, and I mean, this was the right thing. You see Charlotte. Yep, you have the picture. She's sitting there, and, you know, you don't know. I mean, if Charlotte's willing to do the job again, I shouldn't say do the job, but I mean, if Charlotte's willing to, hey, let's have another match and I'll put you over again. Let's really solidify this.
Yep.
Let them do it again. Let them do it again in Puerto Rico. Let them do it again at WrestleMania Backlash, because this was fantastic.
They have like, you know, they have like enough of a rivalry to keep going at least one more time. First. And second, you said something important. She tried for the figure 4. She could never bridge. So there you go, because Rhea right away went to the ropes. So why?
I mean, remember, that's how she get her.
Of the story.
Isn't that how she?
You didn't fall for that. Once I applied, you're done. There you go. You have a story right there.
And isn't that how she won their first match? Didn't she submit?
Yeah.
Because I remember
she made her submit because remember, she applied it the first time, and then Rhea could never come back. So there you go. You have even like the whole story right there if you want to do it again, which I wouldn't be upset about, because the quality of matches that these two can give us is so much better than, you know, a lot of like the women that are there in this women's division. So I was happy with what I saw. After this, you know, I was thinking, oh, main event time. But of course, they got to give you something for you to relax, something dumb. We don't have anything else. What are we going to do? Of course, Pat McAfee. I mean, I love Pat McAfee, but without Nakamura, Pat McAfee is jack crap. I need a dance. I need, you know, Rick. I need the whole thing with Michael Cole. And even see, you know, when McAfee came out, the only one that popped was Michael Cole. So they got the relationship. That's cool.
Yeah,
you know,
this was
the thing with them is whatever. You know,
this was a little long.
What's there to say on that?
Yeah, I mean, this was a little long, and I thought, because I was under the impression that Omos and Brock Lesnar was tonight. At least that's what I thought. You know, I heard, but you know, clearly I was wrong. But I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, we got to see Brock Lesnar and Omos yet after. Like, why are you doing this? Because I thought we still had that match and then the main event. And then after this was over, because like you said, it was what it was. He came out, he challenged him. Snoop was like, yeah, make the match. And it's commentary, Snoop can't make the match. Michael Cole's like, shut up. Yes, he can, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it was comedy. George Kittle got involved from the 49ers, their tight end. He's a big wrestling fan and everything. So, I mean, that was cool for him, but was it cool for us? If you liked it, you liked it. If
I guess when you're a football player, you stay a football player, right? And then you're like, Corey Graves was cool. He's like, I'm going to run against my own team. That was, I guess, that was decent.
But, I mean, but when this was over and then they said, okay, time for the main event, I didn't hate it as much because, it was main event. So this was done, like you said. That last match was so emotionally draining. People were on the edge of their seats. You needed something to be the buffer. And if it wasn't going to be Omos and Brock Lesnar, it's going to be
the bathroom break needed to be something different. Yes. You need something that will let you go. You go, you do what you have to do. Number one, number two is up to you. Depends on the need. And then you get ready. You come back for the main event. Sometimes the line is too long. So you come back and then already the entrances are done. That's why they put that wrapper also. So I was happy about that, let me enjoy my bathroom break and let me come back for the main event. That was at least interesting. Paul, this tag match deserved to main event because as good as Charlotte and Rhea, the main story is the bloodline. And also because in the end, where we're going to see with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, you needed like the appetizer. You need this, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens against the Usos deliver from every single line that you can put it through. And drama, intensity. Michael Cole, I never seen him as excited, ever. Yeah. So that tells you how much he was into this.
Oh, absolutely. Like we said, and they were into everything the whole night, and that made it great. And to touch on the main event thing, I mean, look whose picture. We don't have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the Usos here on our backdrop. We have Charlotte and Rhea. So you know what? It doesn't matter where they were on the card. First match, second match, main event. You're going to remember that match because it was so good. But this deserved to be in the main event because it's the main event of Raw. It's the main event of SmackDown. It's the main event of WWE. The main storyline is the Bloodline. So that's why the Bloodline is main eventing both nights. It just makes sense. So, exactly. That's my piece on that, but this was great. And like you said, the Usos, they came out. Sami Zayn started it. Jimmy's in there. He looks at Jay. He's like, you want him? Because that's, that's the thing. Jay was the one who always had his back. They were legit. They showed the whole thing. The video package, again, really getting you familiarized, hyped up and everything. And, they were beating up Sami Zayn. He was selling like crazy. Eventually, Kevin Owens makes the tag. He comes in, house on fire, starts beating everybody up, man, going crazy. Eventually, it's just the thing where Sami Zayn gets back in then. And then they just sell Sami Zayn and they take out Kevin Owens and they slam him through the freaking the announce desk.
The Spanish announcement table. That was cool because they don't use the Spanish table like from the Hugo days. That's cool. It's just super kick. Man, they super kick the shit out of Sami Zayn. And then they hit the Usos. No, the Uso splash was on Owens, but I think they just hit solo ones. The 1D.
Yeah, but then when they hit the 1D and he kicked out, Michael Cole shit his pants. Nobody kicks out. Nobody ever kicked out of the 1D.
It's the first time that somebody's ever kicked out of that move.
I mean, and you know what? I don't know. Did anybody ever kick out of the 3D when the Dudleys did it?
No. I don't
so that's what I mean. It might be the first time anybody kicked out of that wrestling finish. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be, But so that's pretty cool. I mean, maybe somebody on the indies did it, but fuck them. You know what I mean? But anyway, the important people that matter. Yeah, the important people that matter. But I mean, this was great, man. And they said like, Sammy, just give up, and he wouldn't give up. And then he hit the freaking haluva kick, mocking Sammy. He goes to hit it again, and Sammy catches him, exploder suplex, and the place exploded. Man, they loved it. And you think, oh my God, he has nothing left. Commentary was even saying it. He's done. But then Kevin Owens is crawling back up. Give me the tag. And he tags him back in. Man, back and forth. You got stunners. You got everything. They hit the big double Uso splash on Kevin Owens. He kicks out. Oh my God, the fans are going crazy. People's hearts are exploding. They're probably calling the hospital saying, I think I'm dying, but I can't leave yet because the match isn't over because it's going on. And this is crazy and people are loving it. And eventually, to just go to the finish, because if you didn't watch this match, what the hell are you doing? Go to Peacock and watch it right now.
Yeah, where were you?
Yeah, what are you doing? Did you just wake up from a nap? What the hell's going on? But no, This was great. and he hits him with the haluva kick.
He did like the haluva kick
he
three
has
times.
Jay in the corner. He hits him with the haluva kick. He runs. He goes to do it again. You know, Jimmy comes in. Kevin Owens, like Stone Cold, boom, hits the stunner. So he's out of there. Another haluva kick. Well, you know, I thought he was going to do the Ric Flair, I'm sorry, I love you. Boom, he hits another haluva kick. 1, 2, kick out. No, just kidding. 3, that's it. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. And, man, I'm sure a lot of people there was a lot of tears. I'm sure, man, happy tears.
Something that you mentioned
People
on
loved
the celebration part. See how like they did a little bit of like soccer because they show other parts of the world. You know, for example, when Rhea Ripley wins, they show Australia. When Seth Rollins won, they show London and stuff like that.
And you know, and they also showed that too because it's not 10 o'clock at night, 9:30 at night. It's 1 in the morning. It's 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning for some of them.
Like they're ahead, and yet they're still watching WrestleMania. That's you know, the idea is to show that you know, the biggest show in the whole year, like everybody watches. It doesn't matter where the time zone or it doesn't matter what the time is. So this was just great. Like you said, these guys gave us a great main event. And finally, we see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as tag team champions. Remember that they have already tagged before, for the ones that don't know, at WrestleMania, when Daniel Bryan was making his return alongside Shane McMahon. So that's when actually they were a tag team also, but in that time they couldn't get the win. Here they are, the new champions, Paul, and the opportunities here are endless. With these guys being champions, they can rebuild that division. Like I said, the Street Profits also, they're gonna have a lot of good opportunities.
The Street Profits, you know, DIY, you know, we hear the rumors they're coming back. You know, the Judgment Day, they can go against them, you know, whether it's Priest and Balor or even Priest and Mysterio, whoever you want to do. Dom and Balor, again, you know, whatever combination. I mean, there's lots of good stuff if you really take care of them. And I think with what we're seeing at WrestleMania, I think people are, you know, each and every show, each and every big pay-per-view, stuff like that, you get a little bit more faith in Triple H's booking and the stuff that he's presenting.
Yes,
for us.
And that's a great way to put things in perspective. And because night 2 is going to be also really good, like you said. And see, now very quick, now you mentioned Brock Lesnar, Nomaz, and everything, I think, night 2 is a little more stocked up. Like I said, we have the Intercontinental Championship, we have the Hell in a Cell, we have Roman, all of those things. So to me, the slight edge is on night 2, card-wise. But, you know, the main thing here is like we get brand new tag team champions, and we leave with like a great...
I just want to say, I want to ask your opinion, because you said, I agree with you with the IC match, even though not the biggest triple threat guy, I still think it'll be good. Obviously, Cody and Roman, you know, if there was only one match I could watch from both nights, that would be the one I would pick. But are you really invested and excited for the Hell in a Cell match?
No.
Because of the match? Well, then why are you saying that it don't matter what the gimmick is?
To me, the triple threat, you know, is light edge over, you know, Cena and Theory, just because of quality match.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. That I agree with. But the Hell in a Cell,
you know, Asuka and Bianca are not going to be as good as Charlotte and are not going to be, but, you know, like the Hell in a Cell, I'm not invested by the fact that it's a Hell in a Cell, because now they took away the Hell in a Cell as a pay-per-view per se. Now they're going to use that with like main cases. The Demon is back. They're saying that Edge might bring back Christian and the Brood with Gangrel. So to see all of that.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm not excited, and like I said, I hope me being not that excited for it makes me like it even more when I see it. But again, you know, we talked about the Mysterio match. You have Finn Balor come out, and even freaking Michael Cole and him said he should be worrying about Edge. Yeah, I don't want to see him out here in his purple headband looking like a goof. He should wear a red one like Jean Paul, you know, be legit.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he comes out there with a purple one like a goof, and then tomorrow I'm supposed to believe he's a badass demon? Come on. We didn't need to see him tonight.
Like, for example, if Finn Balor comes out, maybe Edge come out too. You know?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought we were going to see that, but then when we saw Legato, I thought, okay, well, that makes sense. And the numbers game, it evens up. You know, the
3 against two guys again. So,
the two guys combined, I don't think we're as big as Damian Priest, but I mean, the one thing is just, it's just, I think night 2 is going to be good. I mean, again, the IC match and Cody. I mean, what else do you really need?
Yeah,
but after seeing night 1, I was just gonna say, man, night 2, they better lace their boots up because I got some work to do.
They're gonna have to step it up also because it was pretty
Yeah.
good. It was pretty good. And family, we gotta go, but before we do so, don't forget that like we have a lot of rope break for you guys because see, we did a stand and deliver review and highlights. Thank you for the ones that are watching already that video and supporting us. And great show also. You know, we have a brand new champion in Carmelo Hayes. We have a brand new champion on Indy Hartwell. Johnny
Look at
Gargano,
that
great
too.
match with
And
Grayson
let me
Waller.
just say that two Aussies, 2 Australian women,
Yes.
Indy Hartwell and Rhea Ripley, both women's
Exactly.
champions.
And it's not
there you
it's
go.
not the Iconics anymore.
Nope.
You know, there was all Australian, so there you go. At least a good night for Australia right here in pro wrestling. So family, before we go, thank you so very much to every single one of you that are watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Where are our like social media waves, Paul?
And that is Rope Break on Facebook, OG Rope Break on Twitter, Original Rope Break on Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, and of course right here on YouTube, the home of the #1 podcast. Like the Bloodline, we the ones, except they ain't the ones, but Rope Break is always the ones right here on YouTube, the Original Rope Break.
So family, we only have one more thing that is left to say, and that is
Ada.